Hey everybody, it's Dr. Shawn Powers. Welcome to Power Up Your Life and Practice Tuesday. Hey, it's a beautiful day and I hope you're finding beauty in your day, no matter where you are. I just got off of doing a Facebook Live with the Iowa Chiropractic Society, which I'm going to speak there in April, and I cannot wait to be with the people in the Midwest. So if you're listening from the Midwest, just give me some thumbs up, and I look forward to meeting you if I don't already know you. So today is all about the secret of getting whatever it is that you want and doing it now, right? And listen, really, there's no secret. Let me tell you, you almost always know what you need to do, but you need help to do what you need to do, and you need to figure out what to stop doing. I'm going to share a quote with you because, as I said, I'm from Chicago originally, and I love Michael Jordan. And he said, you have to expect things of yourself before you do them. So today is to ask you, how big is your dream? I know one of the problems when somebody starts coaching with me, when they're struggling and things are not going the way that they want, or maybe they are going the way they want, but not as big as they want, it usually comes back down to their dream and to their aspiration. Maybe they've been sidetracked and they're focused on acquisition, hitting a number, reaching a goal, getting something, and they've lost their dream or they've downplayed their dream. So today is all about you and your dreams. What do you want for yourself, for your practice, for your family, for the world at large, right? And I want to just give you a couple of easy ways for you to make sure that you make it happen. And you start making it happen right here, right now, baby. So if you don't know me, I'm Dr. Shawn Powers. I'm a business strategist, a coach, a speaker, and author. My mission is to help move the human race forward by helping people be more successful in both their lives and in their businesses. My specialty is chiropractic because I'm a former critical care nurse and a chiropractor who loves helping chiropractors get their practices figured out so that they can impact their humanity, their community. So let's just talk about how big is your dream. If you have a dream, but you don't stay in touch with it, you could get busy doing a lot of things that aren't going to move you closer to your dream. And so I'm going to ask you right now, I would imagine you are in one of three places. You are either joyous, happy, fulfilled, you feel like there's momentum and fulfillment in your life, and you feel like you're moving the needle. You know that feeling when everything you touch it turns to gold? If you've ever had that feeling, just like give me that, amen, right? Everything you touch turns to gold. Or maybe right now you're feeling flat, uninspired, overwhelmed, distracted. You feel hopeless maybe even, or just like, doesn't seem to really matter. And that's a terrible place to be in, right? And then the third place that you might be in right now is that you feel like things are going downward. You're, instead of moving up, you're going down. Instead of moving forward, you're moving backwards. And that is something that I'm going to give you strategies to get more of number one. Be joyous, be moving forward, feel like everything you touch turns to gold, feeling excited. So the number one strategy I want to give you today is that you need to make the decision about refocusing or reaccessing or reconnecting to what your big dream and your vision is. And part of this is, listen to me very closely, no matter where you are right here, right now, it's irrelevant, right? The current state of your life, your affairs, your practice, your family dynamics, your money, your relationship is irrelevant because you can start right now moving the needle. You can start right now moving forward. You could start right now getting more, having more, being more, giving more. So wherever your current state is, the number one power up tip I want to give you today is remind yourself that you are not your current state. that it is irrelevant. And here's what I really want you to understand is that you have to expect things of yourself before you become them, before you do that. So what I'd like you to do today is realize that the current circumstances are not you, and what are you going to expect from yourself? Listen, if you have children, you want to be a role model, right? You want to be a hero. You know your patients are watching you. You know your team is watching you. You know if you're on a team, other members of your team are watching you. So the question that I want to ask you is, how are you going to show up in a different way of being, more aspirational, more role model-ish, more hero, like Superwoman, Superman, more like Jesus, whatever is your like ideal, how are you going to show up as that role model? Because listen, here's the problem. You will not get what you want if you settle. You will not get what you want if you behave in a way that's not congruent or consistent with your dreams. So it is really about who you are and what you do. So, intention is everything. I talk about intention all of the time, but your behavior is really what's going to matter. It's what's going to make the difference. So if you're showing up consistent with your dream, with your vision, with your aspirations, if you're showing up as a role model, and guess what's going to happen? Boom, you start that forward momentum. Everything you touch turns to gold. And you can decide that you are going to show up as it relates to what your dream and what your vision is. Now, here's what I found out with a lot of my clients. When they come on board, or even while they're getting coached, whenever we lose focus, there's disaster. And I'm going to give you an example. I used to ride horses. I've played polo. And when you have a horse and you look left, guess where that horse goes? It goes left, right? I want to go down the trail or down the field. I want to chase that ball. But if I'm looking, where's that other player? Is he coming up to bump me? My horse will move towards where I focus. If you're driving a car, you lose focus. Oh, let's see what's down there on the radio. Boom, you can crash. So where you focus is absolutely vital. And that's one of the biggest things. The bigger your vision, the more support you need. And holding clear on that focus, making sure you're focused on possibilities and not excuses, making sure that you're focused on progress and not perfection. So let me just say this. I want you to think of your life like a horse, a car, a train, a plane, and realize that you decide how you're going to drive it. You decide where it's going to go. Now, if this is making sense to you, give me like a thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Give me some love here so I know you get this. And I know that you want more tomorrow than you have today. I know you want to be a bigger version of yourself. I know you want to have greater impact on your community. I know you want your kids and your family and your loved ones to look at you and admire and respect you, right? Oops, sorry. There I go. I have an alarm happening. So listen to this. What are you going to do about it? Right? If you know you've lost touch with your dream. Hey, Susan, good to have you on here. If you've lost touch with your dream, if you've gotten sidetracked on your focus, usually it comes down to habits. And I want you to make a clear decision today that you will stay in touch with your dream. You're going to improve your focus. You're going to get help in staying on track and staying focused. And one of the biggest things is also your habits, right? Who do you show up with? Your habits are going to determine how successful you are. And that means from the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed. Are your habits consistent with who you want to be and what you want to accomplish? Now listen, all of us have lock and keys, basically. I know for me personally, if I exercise regularly, everything in my life goes better. If I wake up in the morning and I, have set an intention and show up the way I want to be, I'm very clearly touching my dream, stating my mission statement, everything goes better. I have a schedule, but I am not my schedule. I'm more invested in what is on my schedule and how am I going to bring the greatest impact to the people I'm serving, the people I'm coaching, the people I'm speaking to, and I pay attention to that piece. So listen to me very closely. Do you need help with your habits? Do you need to make some decisions to start doing some things? And maybe to stop doing some things? I did a Facebook Live on my personal page yesterday just about how to increase your ability to exercise, 6 ways to do that more. So I want you, Susanna said, no more excuses, right? You're going to be focused on possibilities, not excuses. You're going to align your habits with who and what you want to be, what you aspire, and how you're showing up as a role model. Listen, you could either be directing your life or reacting to whatever happens. And your team, like I had a conversation with a client this morning. There's some team issues, right? And she realized that one of the habits she had about connecting with her team, pouring into her team, leading her team, she had faltered on. And not even really realizing it. So, of course, we analyze, we assess, we adapt, we pivot, and we fix the subluxation in her domain of team. Boom. Change the habit, grow the practice, grow the respect, grow the abilities, right? So your habits are vital. Now, I want you to realize that I heard a statement the other day, or not a statement, I heard Richard Dreyfuss. He was saying his dad really, really wanted to be a comedian, but he was afraid, could he be a comedian and support his family? So he went for a safe job. And 12 years into his safe job, he got fired and couldn't get rehired. And his family struggled. And so that taught Richard Dreyfuss a lesson. You could literally go for your dream, or you could go for safety. And in going in safety, there is no safety, right? So if you're going to go through life, why not go big and go for your dream? So I want you to write your dreams, your habits, your focus, the standards that you're going to have in blood, not with a feather, but in blood. Make it so absolutely certain that this is who you're going to be, this is what you're going to aspire to be, this is what you're going to do, that there's nothing that can move you off of that. And that all comes down to your standards, right? Like I often say, are you a Four Seasons person or a Walmart person? And I'm not saying there's anything bad with Walmart, but there are obviously different standards. So you need to ask, are you the standard bearer in your family, in your practice, in your community? Are you the standard bearer in terms of health and vibrancy and communication and leadership and energy? And if you're not, how can you get there? One of the common things I do with my clients is we work on those definitions and strategies to elevate standards and to be able to execute the standards that you want. So again, I just want to realize that your dream, whatever you want, you can have by just a few little tweaks and touching it, getting clear about it, focusing on it, creating habits and standards that will make it happen. Listen, when I was living in Austin, Texas, I went to a church that I loved, and they needed some volunteers. And I thought, you know what? I love this church. I'll volunteer. So I signed up to volunteer, and they asked me if I would be a receptionist at the front desk for, I did it like 4 hours a week. And I'm like, okay, I've taught receptionists. I've never been a receptionist, but I've had CAs at my front desk for eons, and I've taught them standards. I've taught them habits. I've taught them how to focus. I've taught them what our dream and our vision is. So the very first day I'm there, they teach me the little switchboard. And instead of what they normally say, hello, this is Riverbend Church, I would say, it's a fabulous day at Riverbend. This is Shawn. I can help you. Well, I was probably at that front desk about 20 minutes, and there's tons of phone calls that come in, and you send them to the minister, you send them to the other minister of this division. It was a really big church. About 20 minutes into it, people started coming out to the desk. And as soon as I'd be off of one phone call, they would be like, "Who are you?" And I'm like, "Hey, I'm Dr. Shawn Powers." They're like, people are commenting about how the phone is being answered. And indeed, one time I answered the phone, "It's a fabulous day at Riverbend. How can I help you?" And the person said, "Is this Riverbend Church?" Because they'd never heard that phone answered like that. So are you going to be Joe Schmo, or are you going to be Dr. CA, or, sister, brother, mother, father, fabulous, right? Your standards of how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you want to get anything you want in your life, you need to have an awareness, and you usually need to have feedback, and you need to have support. And I just want you to let me know if there's a specific focus, habit, or standard you're going to work on, you're going to improve, or you're going to get some help with, because this will make all the difference in the world for you getting exactly what you want. So what not to do? What not to do is to avoid, right? To avoid, to retreat, to retract, to give up. That's the number one thing why people don't get what they want. They settle for less, right? And that's one of the biggest things I do in my coaching is I help you see the future, see things the way you want it to be, and execute specific strategies to make that happen. The other day, one of my clients actually were looking at their statistics, and their retention has almost doubled, and it is like so much more fun in practice. When people stay in practice, they get so much more impact when they receive what they want. So don't avoid, lean in, move in, go for it. And here's the last thing. You have to make a decision that you're put on this planet for a purpose. And while you're here, you are mastering who you are, what you do, and how you impact things. So I want you to conquer your doubt. You can have anything you want if you're willing to do the work, you stay connected to the dream, and you become today who you were not yesterday. You've got to keep growing, elevating, and mastering. So I just want you to know I've got a masterclass coming up. It's a second part. And if you join in, just let me know masterclass, and I'll make sure I get you that registration. We're going to talk about more new patients without being a salesy weirdo. That's the title for tomorrow. More new patients without being a salesy weirdo. I'm here every Tuesday to power up your life and your practice. And I would love to hear how you are going to do something different today after listening to this. So I'm Dr. Shawn Powers. I am a coach, a speaker, author, business strategist, dedicating to helping you power up your life and your practice, because you know that the product, service, and idea that you have literally can change other people's lives, and it's time for you to do it. So peace out. Love you. See you next week, or sign up for the masterclass. Bye, everybody. And Susan, I'll get that over to you, Susanna. Bye-bye.